can knock out any human being that's ever lived.
Yeah, your jaw
the amount of
can't take
power he can generate is insane. So then you have the speed of being only 220 pounds instead of 290. You know, or like, remember when Andy Ruiz fought Joshua the second time and he got real fat?
Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah.
Because like you had a real chance of like carving out a legacy. The knockout in the first fight was fucking huge.
Yeah. He has speed.
Oh my God.
Ruiz surprised the shit out of you.
His fucking boxing combinations are so fluid. He punches like a middleweight.
Yeah.
And
Isn't he a bronze medalist?
I don't know. I
in
think
the Olympics?
he is.
I think so.
I think he is. I think he did medal.
Great
in the Olympics.
boxer. Very, very schooled boxer. But
Super nice guy, too. When he came on and did the podcast after he beat Joshua, he had a fucking diamond-encrusted watch. He came in a Rolls Royce.
He
I was
did?
like, let's go. Let's go,
shit.
Andy. Let's go. I like it.
we got to get you an accountant, though. Don't spend too much of your money
an
on that.
accountant
Yeah.
and probably don't get to 280 pounds.
Yeah.
The problem is then all of a sudden you're a superstar and you're partying and you're having cervezas and hanging with the boys.
So
and
I think there's also you've got to take the responsibility on of being a champion. It's hard to hold that. It's one thing. It's like starting a business. You can get people to know about your business. It's running a business is very different. It's a little bit like getting the belt and staying champion.
Maintaining champion. I remember Matt Hughes when BJ Penn beat him. He told me, he goes, honestly, Joe, it's a weight off my back.
Wow.
And I was like, really? And I was like, it makes sense, though, because he was just smashing everybody, and he was the person that everyone was chasing.
Yeah.
And it's like, got to fucking weigh on your psyche.
That's why John Jones, to me, is just
What is this,
incredible.
Jamie?
He didn't win.
He didn't
Lost
win?
in the qualification tournaments for the Olympics.
Oh, he didn't go to the Olympics. Okay.
Okay.
But he did win a bunch of other stuff.
He represented Mexico in the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games qualification tournaments,
Okay.
losing to, Cuba. Cuba, man.
You ever watch how those guys train?
Oh, my
The
God.
Cubans are amazing because they don't hit mitts. Like you'll have a guy and they just moving, and once in a while the coach will lift a glove, bop, one shot. Moving.
Right.
It's
You gotta
all
learn
footwork.
where it is.
It's
Yeah.
all footwork. You throw
Well,
one punch,
They like the Russians, developed a very technical and very technique-oriented way of combat sports. It's
Yeah.
why the Russians were so good at Olympics, at wrestling rather, because they were so technical where the Americans would just try to work harder than everybody else.
Yeah.
And the Russians figured out no, there's a time you work hard and there's a time you recover, and you have to have active recovery. And they got real scientific about their physical training. Dan Gable, when he did the podcast, was explaining to me how he learned sauna from the Eastern Bloc people.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
They started incorporating sauna. He's like, this is another added element that raises your endurance.
Why?
Because they would train hard, and then after training, you sit in that sauna for 20 minutes at 190 degrees, man. Your heart is hammering. So you're getting static cardio. Also, it has an EPO-like effect where it's like a mild dose of EPO where it raises your red blood cells.
Really?
Yeah, my endurance is raised significantly when I started doing
What
sauna.
about cold plunges? That's controversial still, right?
Well, cold plunges is not controversial in terms of the way it makes you feel. Okay, so the psychological benefits of the increase in dopamine levels and norepinephrine, that is 100% established.
I felt that.
I think that is one of the most powerful aspects of the cold plunge. Also, what's been established is that when you do the cold plunge before exercise, it raises testosterone. So there's something about doing the cold plunge and then forcing your body to heat up through a warm-up and then going through your workout that raises testosterone for people. Mm-hmm. And there was a study that was done where it showed this guy went from having an extremely low testosterone level to having a testosterone level where his doctor thought he was juicing.
Wow.
And all he changed was he started doing cold plunge
Putting your
before
body
every
under
workout.
stress.
Put your body under stress. It's not good after workout.
Really?
No, because you want hypertrophy and you want muscles to grow and strengthen. And part of that growth and strengthening is inflammation. So that inflammation is actually good. Heat, on the other hand, is good after workouts. So it's good for the effect of it raises your red blood
So that's
count,
interesting.
cell
So
count.
Dan Gable said he would do a sauna after working out because
Yes.
it raised his endurance.
Yes, it raises your endurance. And the Eastern Bloc athletes already knew that. Fedor was famous for using sauna.
Wow.
Yeah, Fedor would use sauna and cold plunge. So they use hot and cold therapy. So Huberman recommends doing that once a week. And what you do is you go back and forth and back and forth. You always finish on cold, though. Always allow your body to reheat itself up. Don't finish on sauna. So you would do cold plunge or sauna, cold plunge, however many cycles you want to do it. But he said that raises your human growth hormone level.
The Swedes do that. I did that
Yes.
in fucking Sweden where I was with all these Vikings. It's fucking so funny.
Well, the Finnish studies on sauna are amazing. What it's shown, these are long-term studies over 20 years. It shows that people who took the sauna 4 days a week for 20 minutes at a time at 175 degrees had a 40% decrease in all-cause mortality compared to their peers. 40% decrease in all-cause mortality. Heart attack, stroke, cancer. 40% decrease because the heat shock proteins, the stress on your body, it makes you more resilient. It makes you more vibrant. You have more energy and you have less inflammation after it's over.
Wow.
Your body produces those heat shock proteins. You feel amazing when you get out. You feel loose and relaxed.
You have a sauna here?
I have a sauna everywhere.
You do?
I don't fuck around, dude. I even have a portable sauna that I bring with me. It's like a blanket sauna. That's one of our sponsors. What's that called?
I'll hug you.
What's that blanket sponsor sauna called? Find that sucker.
I have to pee.
It's really good. You got to pee? You
Yeah.
wanna pee right now?
Let's go pee.
We'll pee right now. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
There's a scene in a book called Blood Meridian where the guy chops the dude's head off with that fucking knife. Let me see that Bowie knife.
This knife. Who gave me this?
Oh no.
Someone cool.
Sure.
Don't fucking ruin it for everybody.
I mean, that's a knife. I don't know what you'd do with this if you had to
Nothing good.
clear brush.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think that's
nothing
a
good.
brush clearing knife, son.
What is this? It's a hacking knife.
Yeah, who gave me that?
It's when you're coming in and you want to just clear a house.
No, you're an asshole. You have a giant knife on your table. That's what it's for.
What's the knife for? Just in case, bro. Oh, okay.
When the president came, they had to take those axes off the wall.
Really?
Yeah, when Trump
you
came
might
in
go
here,
crazy.
I might go crazy and grab one of those and impale him in the forehead.
Those axes look like they actually would work too.
Oh, those are real.
Yeah.
Those are the Jack Carr tomahawks.
They look like
Yeah.
you can throw them.
Well, I don't think you throw them. I think you fucking stir.
Yeah. Wow.
You know?
Ow. You hurt
Let me
me.
put that away. You're making me uncomfortable.
Sorry, buddy. Yeah,
I was going to grab it by the blade. Like
something
a kid.
aggressive about a knife.
That's very aggressive. This is a very aggressive knife.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous knife. That's like that's overkill.
Do we know who gave it to me?
That's like if somebody wears that on their belt, I'm like, your dick is tiny. That's incredible.
Or you're a fucking complete psycho.
Or you're a
And
psycho.
Or you're living in downtown Los Angeles right now.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's what's going to be really crazy.
Well, I want to see what happens because I think, first of all, rents are going to go